So that's your mic, and then I'll just move this one out the way.
It might be better.
Did you do that one?
Yeah. To have a cord there, is that fine?
Yeah, that's
good.
Yeah, and then you can push that chair.
Now, when you record, do you besides going live, do you keep a copy of what you record?
Yeah, most of my listeners go to.
Right.
I mean, on iTunes and SoundCloud.
Yeah.
So I think it's just building that relationship where you trust us.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
So a week later, he uploads it on Mixcloud.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to Nabra Talk on WZYE 95.9 FM radio, voice of the Caribbean diaspora. I'm your host, Jeen the Jennius. It is Saturday, September 8th, 2018. And today we have a special guest with us. He is the president of Muhammad Wilkerson's Team 96 Foundation. He's a educator, a community activist. Most importantly, he is a father and a husband. I would like you guys to welcome Coach Candia.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing out there?
What's going on, man? Thank you for coming on the talk.
Hey, and I appreciate the opportunity.
No problem, man. So we're gonna jump right into our show today. But before that, we got some very disturbing news yesterday. So rest in peace to Malcolm McCormick, also known as Mac Miller.
Yes.
The musical artist was found dead in his Los Angeles apartment home Friday afternoon.
Wow.
Due to a drug overdose.
Wow, it's really sad. You know, I actually, when I got home, I didn't even know about it, and my wife had made mention of it. And, and I didn't realize, I know who he was definitely, but I didn't realize he was only 26 years old.
Yeah.
And that's just like, that's eye-opening, very talented young man. He did well for himself financially, but yet, tragic ending to a young life. So rest in peace and pray for the family.
Right. So he was known as someone who dealt with a lot of substance abuse.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing with that is substance abuse comes from like life trauma.
Mm-hmm.
To like have to get away, trying to
like almost escape, right?
Exactly.
Right.
You're not trying to deal with the reality. And I was on Twitter reading about it and everything, and for some reason there were groups of people who were trying to blame his ex, who was Ariana Grande.
Wow.
And they're saying, because he broke up with her, he went through that. But he was dealing with all these issues before they even dated.
It's so that's unfortunate, and it's crazy that you mentioned that because I was just watching the other night the Bobby Brown story with him and Whitney Houston.
Right.
And even in that situation, she had a substance abuse, and a lot of people when she passed away blamed Bobby Brown because of who he was, but she had that problem. It just got revealed when he was with her.
Right.
And everyone wanted to put the blame on him. But unfortunately, in our country, that's a problem.
Yeah.
And that a lot of times that's the lifestyle of a lot of these people that have money. That's just a part of what they do. And to cope with some of the things that they have to do and the deadlines and all the expectations, unfortunately they run to a substance, they run to something to try to, cope with what they have to do in life.
Yeah, it's crazy because Ariana spoke out about it. She was saying, that was the reason why they actually ended the relationship.
Right.
Because she just said she's not here to be anyone's babysitter, and she's not trying to, I think she said I am not a babysitter or a mother, and no woman should feel that they need to be. And with all due respect, she is kind of right,
Yeah.
In order to help someone, they must be willing to help themselves first.
Absolutely.
So,
and with those things too, with a lot of people, and I deal with like a lot of young people as far as sports, and some people that play at different levels. and it's responsibility.
Right.
You know, so many times people want to get in a certain position in life, whether it's fame or financially, and they forget that when you in these positions, you gotta maintain these positions.
Right, yeah.
You know, so as much as you want to get in a certain point in life, you gotta picture yourself in that position, and you gotta say, how am I going to manage once I get there?
Yeah.
A lot of people fail to do that. They fail to, you know, to think of how I'm going to deal with this once I'm there. So, you know, to have that vision is not just to get there, but how am I going to maintain, and what are the resources and the circle that I'm going to have around me to support me when I'm in this, you know what I mean?
That's true, because I feel like a lot of artists who actually make it to, like, you know, their peaks of their career, their prime, they got there through, like, depression. Because that's how they created their art.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you...
That's a good point.
How do you actually, now that you got there through depression, how do you actually get out of depression while still maintaining that kind of career?
Right.
It's difficult.
Yeah, it is. And you know what was crazy is because when you are artists like that, and you're, let's say if it is, if you're a hip hop artist and you create like mad music or and you know, people are used to you having that, and that's your following, and you don't want to disappoint, so you feel like you got to stay, and it's almost like typecast as an actor or actress. But in our music, you know, sometimes we only want to see people in a certain light. You know, a good artist like Mary J. Blige, you know, she made a living off of women anthems. You know what I'm saying? So and the women, like, they, you know, so if she tried to make something else, they'll love her because she's a great entertainer. But her thing is she makes that music for women, and you feel it, that emotions. So if she's feeling a different way, people don't want to really hear that. They want to hear that drama that comes along with, you know, the women's, you know, their whole, you know, thing when they
And the thing is, so back to your point, so when an artist makes music for certain types of people based off of their experiences, they're so used to that. So let's say the artist makes music where they're dealing with drugs and Percocets and Molly's and stuff. Since they've gained so many fans through that, they're gonna continue that lifestyle to make that music.
Oh, absolutely.
You know? And you know, a lot of artists can't get out of that. A lot of respect to one of my favorite artists, Meek Mill. He actually admitted to being addicted to that and actually got out of it. Got out of that addiction. But it's not easy. You know? You're constantly in a trap feeling and trying to escape. So I advise people, even if you're not an artist, you're just someone who feels like they need help. Just seek out help. But more importantly, if you're someone who thinks someone else needs help, who's going through it, make sure you check up on your people, your friends, your family, because to be honest, people won't tell you if something's bothering them. A simple "How are you doing?" will go a long way.
Just kind of like leave that open for people, you know. And that's the thing too. My wife is really big on that. Like, she speaks to a lot of people, and when she speaks, she talks to them. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of like makes people feel comfortable. And when you make people feel comfortable and you build a relationship with people, they're gonna open up about certain things, you know. And like you were talking about, especially with entertainers, it's hard for them to open up about their real life because we as fans only know about the perception, what they put on. So they feel like I'm going to lose people, or people are not going to like me if I show them the real me. And that's a tough thing to do, you know what I'm saying? It's to kind of like take that stance. And then, I definitely commend Meek Mills on doing that, because a lot of people don't do it. And they, you know, suffer. They go deeper into a hole. And it's not just with the drugs financially. They're trying to carry on these lifestyles where they're buying all this stuff. And if people see me wearing regular clothes or the same thing twice, it's like whatever, you know, they feel like they lost it, you know. But you gotta realize, you know, and make that separation between being an artist and being a real person. And real people, like you were saying, real people need to talk and they need to get these issues out. But we got to do our part too, and talk to people and be willing to be an ear when people want to speak to us, you know.
So rest in peace to Mac Miller, and
absolutely
prayers go out to his family, and make sure you guys before we go to the next segment, I heard Mac Miller when I was 18. The first song I heard was Donald Trump.
Wow.
That was like a fun party like song. And, I I was listening to that on the way because that was the first time I actually heard him. This is pretty cool. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
A nice vibe, a nice exciting song. So yeah. So
Right. Yeah, it's gonna be missed. You know what I'm saying? Anytime a young man, a young life is taken, we tend to appreciate him more. But that, as people, we got to learn how to appreciate people while they're still here. But just again, we just send our condolences to the family, because sometimes we do look at them as just an artist, but he's a person. He had a family that loved him. He had people that really cared about him. So that's tragic for them as well.
Yeah. All right. So the NFL season has kicked off.
Yes. Seems like it's forever. I'm like ready for some football.
For real. You have a fantasy team?
No, I don't really get into the whole fantasy thing. You know what? I tried it last year, I believe, with my sons. My sons are like they're like 3-4 different leagues. They play it a lot, and I tried it. I just can't get into rooting for certain people. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when my team's playing, I gotta root for my team, everybody on my team. So I can't be looking at another team and be like, I need this guy to get this many yards and this and that. So it kind of like, I mean, I'm not against it, but for me, I like watching it just for the pure entertainment value. You know what I'm saying? So, but hey, I'm ready for the season. I think it's gonna be it's going to be competitive, and it's going to be something fun to watch.
So let's do some predictions real quick.
Okay.
Baltimore versus Buffalo. What do you have?
I got Baltimore.
I got Baltimore.
Yeah.
Cleveland versus Pittsburgh. I know you're a Pittsburgh fan.
No. I'm Raiders.
Oh, okay.
I'm Raiders. So what was that? Pittsburgh
versus Cleveland.
Cleveland is looking nice. But I think that it's going to take them a little time to gel, and Pittsburgh is Pittsburgh, so I got Pittsburgh.
All right, how about Cincinnati versus Indiana?
That's a tough one. Is quarterback? Is he playing? I'm not sure what the latest injury report is, because I think that's a.
But it doesn't say he's not on my fantasy team. I think he is. And if he is, I would pick the Colts.
Yeah, well, anyway, I'm going to go with the Colts. We got 2 Jersey boys. Well, actually 3 Jersey boys on there. 2 defensive linemen from Newark, New Jersey. And we have P.J. Walker, who's from Elizabeth, or the Colts. So I'm rolling with the Colts. I think they're going to take that.
Nice. Okay, so how about Tennessee versus Miami?
That's a tough one. But I'm actually gonna go with Miami there, because I like their receiving core, and I think their defense is playing pretty solid. They're coming up. The last couple of years they made some big strides.
Okay, I picked Tennessee.
Okay.
But all right, how about Houston versus New England? That's gonna be good.
That's gonna be good, but I'm gonna go with New England. And it pains me to say that, but then and then Houston's gonna get that connection back. Quarterback Watson's coming back, so I think they're gonna need a little more time. That's a tough task for the first week.
How about Tampa Bay versus New Orleans?
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with New Orleans. The quarterback is a backup quarterback for Tampa Bay, right? What you call it's not playing.
Yeah.
So that's tough. So.
Jacksonville versus the New York Giants.
I'm excited about the Giants. So I'm going to give that to the Giants. I think there's going to be a lot of good energy with the Giants, especially what they have with Beckham back and the running back there, Barkley. It's going to be good. And they got pretty good defense, too.
I'm excited for Saquon Barkley.
Oh, yeah. He's the truth. He is one of those back that comes every 10 years. I think he's the truth. I see what he did at Penn State, but it's just who he is as a person, his focus. He's very he's advanced. I think as long as they can give him a little bit of blocking, he's gonna make a lot of things happen. He's gonna make a lot of them look great. He's gonna revive Manning. Wow. I tell you that, because he's gonna be able to pass the ball because of that running attack that he's gonna bring to the Giants.
Nice. All right. So how about the Chargers versus the Chiefs?
I got the Chiefs. Yeah, Chiefs they're definitely on defense. They got it going. They got some good weapons there.
I got the Chargers in this one. How about Arizona versus Washington?
I'll take. I got Washington.
Yeah, I got
Washington's pretty strong.
Dallas versus Carolina.
I'm gonna go with, surprisingly, Carolina.
Carolina.
Yeah, I'm not a Cowboys fan, but that doesn't equate it. I just think the Cowboys they're gonna put some things together. But I don't know. I like with Cam Newton. He's a winner. That's my boy. I think he's gonna push his team forward.
I'm a Dallas fan. Sorry.
Oh.
What about Seattle versus Denver?
Seattle and Denver. That's a tough one. Denver has pretty good defense, I think. I'm gonna go with Denver. I'm gonna go with Denver. I like their defense for the most part.
I got Seattle. Chicago versus Green Bay.
I gotta go with Green Bay. My boy Mo. This is his first game. He's gonna be hungry, and I just think that they're picked by a few people to get to the Super Bowl. Green Bay, yeah, they supposed to be, and I think Rodgers is going to show them why he got that money. So they and the defense they're well rounded. And they have the tight end there that came from Seattle. Graham. Yeah. So I think that Green Bay's going to have a big year, but I do think they're going to win their opener.
Yeah, I think the thing with Rodgers is all he needs is a little bit.
Yeah.
That's it, just a little bit. After that, he'll take care of everything else.
Right, because he's going to give you the points, but he needs you to slow down the opposition.
I think he's ready to break.
Yeah.
Jets versus Detroit.
That's a tough one. I'm going to give it to the Jets. How
about, I got Detroit in that one. How about the Rams versus the Raiders?
I'm going with my boys. I ain't going to get the Rams are strong though. The Rams, we know they're loaded. They're picked to make it far too. But I'm riding with my boys. You know what I'm saying? Gruden, I think, has got them on the right track. We made some good changes, so I'm going with my boys. I can't go against them.
Do you honestly think the change, the trade they did was a good one?
With getting rid of Matt?
Yeah.
No. I hate it. You know what I'm saying? But I think that it wasn't bad. We had the discussion as our family, like the decision the Raiders made to pay that much money to Gruden. I think Gruden's a great coach. I'm glad that we have him. But I mean that's a lot of money to give away on a coach. And I think because they made that deal, they weren't able to give that kind of money to the players. But hey, they look like geniuses if we win the Super Bowl.
I'm like, who's your financial advisor?
Yeah.
Who's running the financial?
But you gotta know that's like a family-owned business, and sometimes they have connections. They love Gruden, the family love Gruden, the Davises I'm talking about. So I think it was more of a we're gonna be loyal to you type of thing. It was, but that wasn't. It wasn't the business person or the business deal of that whole situation wasn't really good.
All right, so we're gonna go into, since we're already talking about football, we're gonna go into my genius of the week, and then we'll go back to my side.
Absolutely.
So my genius of the week goes to Nike.
Ah.
All right. So the reason why is because they made a deal with Colin Kaepernick as the face of their 30th anniversary campaign, and Colin's quote for the Nike campaign was "Believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything."
That's deep.
Now, for those of you who don't follow Nike, which is okay, it's not a problem, or the Colin Kaepernick situation, Colin Kaepernick received a deal from Nike as the centerpiece of their 30th anniversary campaign. Back in March of this year, Nike also made a deal with the NFL that would run until 2028.
Yeah, that's big.
That's funny because Kaepernick is blackballed from the NFL.
Yeah.
Now the NFL has to see his face for the next 10 years, even if he's not playing.
Right.
I think that's amazing on Nike's end. I believe Kaepernick deserves this. It's not like he went out and chased it or anything like that.
Right.
He had a deal with Nike since 2011.
Right.
So he's always been a part of Nike. So that has me thinking, even if you're not an athlete, even if you're no longer an athlete, or if you get blackballed from a sport or a certain league, you can still have your endorsement.
Absolutely. And you know what that speaks on? Because this is something, even as a coach, what I always talk to young players about, and even some of the older players, I always say establish yourself and understand that a sport is a sport. As much as I played sports and coaching, there's life.
Right.
You know, and I was just talking to a young man last night just about this whole situation. And what Kaepernick did is he found something bigger than the sport.
Right.
You know, and it's crazy because as great as a player he was and probably still is, he's going to be known for doing something for humanity more than he is, and he's going to be remembered as that than an athlete. And that's what you want to do. You definitely want to use your platform as an athlete to do something other than just play sports.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Use that talent to make life count, you know, and that's what he's doing. So it is a kind of awkward situation for the NFL because he could be, you know, the face of Nike, which is the face of, you know, the sponsor of the NFL. So it all kind of works out, but I just think that Nike, I commend them on even taking a stance like that. That's so huge. But if you think about it, Nike has always been a part of the young people's culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's hip hop or sports in general, Nike has always, you know, done things on the edge. So it makes sense that they would, you know, do that and to really show that loyalty to someone that is making a stance, not just in sports, but in the world.
Right. So Nike actually got a little bit of backlash for this kind of move, but the backlash came from people who don't even represent a majority of Nike's sales.
Yeah.
You have people who are saying burning their shoes, burning their feet, because they're burning the shoes while the shoes are on their feet. They're cutting Nike marks off their clothes, but you bought the product already, so
right.
You already have your money.
Right.
That's number one. Number two, they supposedly Nike lost $3.75 billion in market sales, but their market cap is 128 billion. So what, like, matter?
Right.
The other thing is Nike's sales, their revenue, 50% of their revenue is international.
Wow.
So we're not even like